fine. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, so, and again, if it was me, I would strongly encourage you to use a separate. I mean, there's some of these, like number one, you could do that one right on this review sheet. But I mean, a lot of these, it's going to take a little bit more work than what room I gave you. So, we look at question number one. I mean, I don't want to make anybody feel bad, but if you can't answer this one, yikes. Okay, I mean, you should be able to answer number one in 2 words. How does a graph? You don't have to graph them. You can. You don't have to. I just want to know, how is a graph of y equals x squared plus 8 differ from just y equals x squared? 8 up. Done. That's it. Up 8. What if it was minus 8? What if it was x plus 8 in parentheses squared? Left 8. Okay? I mean, you can't miss that. Okay? Number 2. Okay. This one's not much different. Okay? It just takes this one, it'll answer in 4 words. X minus 3 squared plus 7. How does that differ from y equals x squared? Right what?
3.
Right 3? Up 7. That's it. You don't need to write a paragraph. You don't even have to write a sentence. Okay? That's all you got to put. Okay? All righty. Number 3. We have y equals negative 4. And what? X minus 3 squared plus 8. What is the vertex? 3, 8. How'd you do that in 2 words? Opposite, same. 3, 8. 3, 8. What's the axis of symmetry? What'd you say? Thank you. Did you say 3? Okay. I highlight that. You going to do that on your test? No, you're not. Don't put 3. I got to take points off, okay? That's an easy question. It's also easy to miss a point on, okay? X equals 3. That was Madison again. I thought I'd yell at it again. Okay. All right. Number 4. Y equals 2/3. X plus 10 squared. Okay, the vertex and the axis of symmetry. And sometimes students get thrown by this one. I'm not really sure there's nothing over here. Sure there is.
0.
Plus 0. Plus 0. So the vertex is what?
Negative
10, 0. Okay, negative 10, 0. The axis of symmetry? Not negative 10. Who said negative 10? X equals negative 10, okay? And again, I'm not mad at it. I just don't do that. You can do it now. That's okay. But don't do it on the test. Don't do that on the test. Okay, all right. I'll cut you some slack then. Okay. All right, let's look at number 5. All right, so we have y equals x squared. Y equals x squared. They want you to stretch it vertically by a factor of 8, then reflect it over the x-axis, then translate it up 3 units. I want to know what's the new equation, okay? So if we're going to stretch it vertically by a factor of 8, what are we going to do to that equation?
Put it in front of the x.
The x squared? So 8 plus x squared?
No.
Just 8x squared?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that stretched it by a factor of 8. Then we're going to reflect it over the x-axis.
Oh, then negative 8.
Make it a negative 8. And then translate it up 3 units. Plus 3. With the x or by itself?
By itself.
Okay. Some of these are really quick answers. Okay. Okay, I'm not really sure why I put number 6 on there. It's no different than question numbers 3 and 4. All right, so we have y equals negative 10. X plus 3 squared. Minus 7. So the vertex, what, negative 3, negative 7? And the axis of symmetry, what is it, negative 7? X equals negative 7. Yeah, I don't know why 6 is on there. It's the same. Oh, why did I say negative 7? Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, definitely don't put negative 7. Now you guys are like, I got it. And then I throw that at you and screw you all up. Okay, sorry about that. All right, number 6.
So that's what we just did.
Okay, now be careful on number 7. I want to know some things and I want to know why. Okay? All right, so first off, the vertex, nothing new here. The vertex is, what, 4, 2?
No.
4, 2. Okay. Does this thing open up or does it open down?
Down.
It opens down. Now, if you just say opens down and that's it, you're not going to get a whole lot of credit. Why? How do you know it opens down? Yeah, the negative 7/8. Okay. Opens down because the negative 7/8. I'll just take that. Now, if you just said because of the negative, I gotta take points off. Because I don't know if you're talking about -7/8 or -4. I don't know which one you're talking about, okay? Okay, is this thing stretched or shrunk vertically, and why? Shrunk, why?
Small and one.
Again, and I'm not making fun, you can't just say it's smaller than 1. What's smaller than 1? 7/8 is smaller than 1. Okay? I don't want to take points off, but if you just say it's smaller than 1, I don't know what you're talking about. You gotta be more specific than that. Okay. Number 8. Okay, number 8. What is the vertex? All right, so we have y equals x squared minus 8x plus 5. Everybody in the class is going to help you guys out right now. Listen to everybody's response. What's the vertex?
You don't know.
Okay, I'll take that. I thought you were going to say nothing at all. You're right, you don't know. I don't know. Why?
There's two X's.
There's 2 x's, okay? Been a while since we've done this. So what do we do? There's 2 x's. There's a little formula that you've got to have memorized.
Isn't it
A
A
over
over?
Not A over,
It's 1/4 P.
not B. You're close. You're closer when you say B.
A equals 1/4 P.
No, oh, no. That, okay, I'm glad you said that. A equals 1 over 4P. There's 2 formulas you got to know. You use that one when I give you the directrix and the focus.
So you're talking about like the X equals AX squared or AY squared?
Negative B over 2A.
Okay, negative B over 2. You said B. I think you said B. It's got to be negative B over 2A. You got to have that memorized, okay? That's the formula that you use when you don't know the vertex and you got 2 x's, okay? All right, so what is A and what is B? A is what? I don't know.
Negative 8, right?
Huh? Ooh, not 0. Careful, not 0.
It's 1.
1. It's the, where'd 1 come from?
The X.
The x.
X squared.
What about the x squared?
It's 1X squared.
Right, there's the number in front of the x squared. Be careful, again, you don't see anything, that doesn't mean it's a 0, it means it's a 1. And what's B?
Negative
-8, and we don't care about C. All right, now be careful, and I don't know if I ever said this to you guys. I've been saying negative B. In hindsight, I do this every year. I really shouldn't say negative B. I think it'd be better if I said the opposite of B. The opposite of B, because especially something like this. Some students go, well, B's already negative, so it's just -8.
No, it's positive.
It's the opposite of B. If B is a negative, the opposite of B is a positive 8 over 2 times 1. So 8 over 2, which is 4. What's 4? Not 8. The x value of the vertex. Are we ready to move on to number 9?
No.
How come?
You gotta find the Y value.
We got the vertex has an x value and a y value. We know x, we don't know y. How do we find y?
Plug in X.
Plug in 4 for both x's. When you plug it in, put it in parentheses. Y equals 4 squared minus 8 times 4 plus 5. 4 squared is 16. 8 times 4 is 32. Plus 5. Do we add first or subtract first?
Doesn't matter which is first.
Whatever comes first. It does matter, whatever comes first. 16 minus 32 is negative 16. Plus 5 is negative 11. So your vertex is 4, negative 11. Okay, number 9, same question, different numbers. 3x squared and 6x plus 5. Okay, so A and B, we don't know the vertex. There's 2 x's. I don't know what the vertex is. So we got to use the negative B, the opposite of B over 2A. So A is 3, and what's B, 6? Negative 6, good. So the opposite of B is 6 over 2 times A is 3. 6 over 2 times 3 is 6. 6 over 6 is 1. X is 1. And then we plug it in to find out what the y value is. So y equals 3 times 1 squared minus 6 times 1 plus 5. Do I do 3 times 1 first or 1 squared first? 1 squared. And again, don't make this mistake. Students will get in a big hurry. Oh, 1 squared is 2. It's not 1 times 2. It's 1 times itself. 1 times 1, which is 1, times 3. Minus 6 times 1, which is 6, plus 5. 3 take away 6 is negative 3, plus 5 is 2. So 1, 2 is the vertex. Okay, one more. Number 10. Now, I tell you what, before we do number 10, I have no idea why. This is an old review sheet, but I'm using it anyhow. If you look on the back, number 11's crossed off. It's not it's crossed off, but it's not crossed off. It's
We have 2 numbers.
oh, that's why it's crossed off. Okay. That's why I couldn't leave. Why did I cross that off? That's a good question, because it's on the front. Okay, all right, so yeah. All right, so yeah, I guess you cross off that number 11. Not both of them, just that one. That's why I crossed it off. Thank you. Number 10. Okay, this is another one that's been a while since we talked about. Y equals x minus 6, x plus 10. Plus 10, minus 10. You want to know what is the vertex? What's the vertex here? I don't know what the vertex is, but I can figure out the x-intercepts. Okay? This is not in vertex form, and it's not in standard form, it's in intercept form, because you should be able to tell me, you might have forgotten how to do it, and that's okay, that's what we're reviewing here. You should be able to tell me pretty quickly what the x-intercepts are. Anybody have a guess? Not negative 6. 6.
6.
What 2 words do you need? Actually, 1 word.
Opposite.
Opposite, the 1 word twice. The same word twice. Opposite, opposite. The x-intercepts are 6 and 10. Okay, 6 and 10 are the x-intercepts. So, the vertex, I didn't ask you for the intercepts, I asked you for the vertex, okay? But we're going to use the x-intercepts to find the vertex. Anybody think they could, and the vertex has an x value and a y value. You guys remember what we find first, the x or the y?
X.
The x. Okay?
We can plug in those with X.
We will, but we got to find x first. What is the x value of the vertex?
6.
Not 6,
Or no. 1, right?
8.
8. We did that
Now, if you're sitting there going, I don't remember, put a star next to this, okay? In a couple seconds, you guys go, oh yeah, I remember this now. Study it, because you couldn't answer it yet, okay? How did I get 8?
Is it 6 plus 10 and then divided by 2?
Sure. I mean, where do we find, if I give you the intercepts, where do you find the vertex?
In the middle.
Right smack dab in the middle, okay? So put 6 plus 10 divided by 2. 16 divided by 2, which is 8. That's the x value. Now, IOB already answered this. How are we going to find the y value?
So
Plug in 8 for what?
the x.
Which x?
Both.
Both. Y equals 8 minus 6, 8 minus 10. So 8 minus 6 is 2, 8 minus 10 is negative 2, 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, the vertex is 8, negative 4. Now, that's not a hard question, but again, I'm not making fun here. It's been a while since we talked about this. You guys forgot how to do it, okay? Now you know how to do it. Do you still need to study it?
Yeah.
Yep. Like a half hour for that problem? No, a couple minutes. Do a couple problems like it. Shouldn't have any problem with it. Okay, let's lock out number, I lied, let's do number 11, and then we will stop there. We'll do 11 of them today, 9 of them on Monday. Okay, so we have y equals negative 3, x plus 5, x plus 9. Plus 9? Plus 9. Okay, they want the axis of symmetry, okay? So any idea, this is very similar to number 10, but I want the axis of symmetry instead of the vertex. So what are we going to do?
You just have to find the x value, right?
Be quiet. What do we do? Yes, ma'am.
Would you find the vertex again and then just use the x from,
Okay, be quiet. You're talking like her right now. Very good. Be quiet. What do we do first? Okay. How do we? What you guys are saying is right. What should we do first?
Find
Though?
the vertex.
Not yet. I don't know what the vertex is. The intercepts. And they're what?
Negative
5,
Negative 9.
negative 9. Okay, those are the x-intercepts. So how do we find the vertex? We Add them up.
divide them by
So
two.
-5 plus -9 and divide by 2, that's -14. Divide by 2, which is -7. Now you ladies can talk. What do we do now?
We're supposed to add those?
We add them up and divide by 2 to find the middle of
Oh,
them.
yeah, duh.
Now what do we do?
Put it back in the equation and find that.
That's not what you were saying a minute ago.
Oh, that's it.
Well,
Yeah,
what's
it
it?
is X.
So what do we do?
Yes.
We put equals x and then do we plug it in?
No.
We can, but you already said we don't need the whole vertex. We just need the what?
Yeah.
The x value. We're done. If you really want to plug it in, go ahead. We don't need to. All I want is the x value. For the axis of symmetry, it's the x value. Okay? All right. Questions on this? How do we feel about this? I mean, this ain't that bad, is it? Hopefully. I mean, you're going to have the weekend you can study a little bit. You study on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, okay? I will say this, the other part, the back of it's a little tougher, a little bit tougher, okay? All right, so would you guys like to go, you only have 2 questions that we didn't cover from those story problems from yesterday, okay? And it's not, I don't want to do this so you have less work to do, okay? What I want to know is, would you want to do one of them together just to,
Yes.
okay,
27.
okay.
Wait, when's that?
All right. So let's look at this. 27 and 24 are the two. I'll do 20. Is that what you guys want us 27 do together?
What one is the one that has the domain?
Domain and range and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do 27 together. Okay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. You guys feel a little better about the test right now? It's
Yeah.
coming up?
Yeah.
Thought it would. Let me see. I make up the tests and sometimes they're easier than the homework. 27, this is on section 2-4. 2-4, number 27, okay? I'm not gonna put this on the screen, you guys, I mean, if you, I'll put the information on the board. It talks about the height, h, and feet of a sponge, t seconds after it was dropped by a window cleaner on top of a skyscraper, okay? So they dropped a sponge and how high up it is, so it's falling down, okay? So we have 0, 1, 1.5, okay. We got the time, and we got the height. Okay. Okay, so we have 0, 1, 1.5. 0, 1, 1.5, 2.5, and 3. And what do we have here? 280, 264. Okay, 244, 180, 244,
And then 136.
and 1 what?
136.
136? Okay. Okay, 136. So we got this guy who's way up high, he's a window washer, way up in the air. How high up in the air is this guy? Any idea?
About 280.
I'd say right around 280 feet, yeah, depending on where he's holding the sponge from. If he's holding it right here, or probably at his feet, okay? Because at 0 seconds, he's dropped his sponge, and after, that thing's dropping slow. You'd think, no, I guess not. 16 feet in a second. That's dropping pretty good, I guess. So that first second, it dropped down 16 feet. Another half second, it dropped another 20 feet, and so forth. Okay, so we need to find a model. Do you guys remember what we do first on this?
Subtract.
Subtract. Big minus little?
Little right to
Right minus left, okay? 264 minus 280 is negative 16. 244 minus 264 is negative 20. 180 minus 244 is negative 64. 136 minus 180 is negative 44. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. I gotta be curious right here. This one's interesting. Wait a second. I gotta look at this. Hang on. 1.5. Okay, hang on a second here. We may just put the kibosh on this one because I'm not going to give you one like this. Do you guys see how this one's a little bit different?
It goes by halves.
Not even, they're on the right track. There's decimals, but decimals are okay. Look at the x values.
Yeah, it goes half the whole then.
Are they going equal intervals?
No.
No, they're not. I'm not going to give you one like that on it, okay? So let's do this. I'm just going to give you the answer to 20. Let's do this. Let's do number 20. What is it, 26, 24? Let's do 24 together, and I'll just give you the answer. I didn't realize that they didn't go at equal intervals. Okay, so let's do 24. And then when I'm done, I'll give you the answer to 27. I'm not going to give you one like that on your test. Okay, 0, 2, 4, 6. So x and y, 0, 2, 4, 6. And we got 6, 22, 22, 6. 6, 22, 22, 6. Okay, and they're talking about x is time, and this, I'll put time right here, and the height of a baseball. You're throwing a baseball up in the air or something like that? What's going on? The baseball is thrown upward in the air. The table below shows the height of the baseball after after x seconds. Write an equation for the path of the baseball. Find the height of the baseball after 5 seconds. So they want to know how high is this thing going to be up after 5 seconds, okay? So, let's find out if this thing, and it's definitely not a line, okay? Phoenix yesterday said it can't be, because this is going up, then it's going down. It might be a parabola. It's definitely not a line, okay? So we do 22 minus 6 is 16. 22 minus 22 is 0. 6 minus 22 is negative 16. So they're not the same. We knew it wasn't going to be the same. If they were the same, it'd be a line. You'd write y equals mx plus b. 0 minus 16 is negative 16. Negative 16 take away 0 is negative 16. It is second degree. It is a quadratic because those two numbers are the same. So we write, and I tell you what, I did this. You guys are always my guinea pigs, okay? I apologize. I mean, I have you second hour. It's my first class of the day, and I amend things sixth hour, whatever works better. Whatever I realized from you guys it didn't work as good, I changed it a little bit. Here's what I would encourage you to write. Make it just a teensy bit easier. Instead of saying this, don't write this down. Don't write this down. Instead of saying y equals garbage, let's write garbage equals y. It's a subtle difference, but it'll make it a little bit easier for you. So ax squared plus bx plus c equals y. Write that down. It's easier. Just trust me on this, okay? It'll look more like the problems that we did back in chapter 1 if you write it like that. So, do we know c this time?
No. Well,
Really?
yeah. 6.
Yeah, we do. It's 6. C is 6. So let's put 6 in right here. C is 6. Okay. So we still need to find out what A and B are. We have two variables, so two unknowns, so we need two equations, so we need 2 points. Can we use 0, 6? No, we already used it. We used 0, 6 to find out what C was. I'm going to use these 2 points. So 222, and then later on 422. So we're going to plug in 2 for x and 22 for y. So if I plug in 2 for x, 2 squared is 4a plus, plug in 2 for x, 2b plus 6 equals 22. We just plugged in 2 for all the x's and 22 for the y's. Yes, sir?
Does that have to be squared? The 4A?
Yeah, 4a squared, isn't it?
No. Hang on.
Because you already squared it.
I already squared it. I plugged in 2 for x.
Oh, I get it.
2 squared is 4. That square goes away. It's a good question. Okay? 2 squared is 4, so it's gone. Good question, though. What can I do to clean this up a teensy bit? Minus off the 6. So 4a plus 2b equals 16. That's an unsolvable equation because we have two variables. So we need to come up with a second equation. We're going to do that by plugging in 422. So plug in 4 for x. 4 squared is 16a. Plug in 4 for x here. B times 4 is 4b plus 6 equals, again, 22. I'm just curious while people are catching up. Anybody have any idea how long it takes before this ball reaches its peak? When you look at this data? Any idea how long it takes for this ball to reach the high point and then starts coming back
6
down?
seconds.
Not 6 seconds. How come 3?
Oh, yeah.
Not just between. Just think about it. It's the same height here. Does it take longer to go up or longer to come down? It's the same. If you throw it in the air for 10 seconds, if it's up in the air for 10 seconds before you catch it, 5 seconds up, 5 seconds down. Okay? So, 3, now what is the height? I don't know. It's higher than 22. Okay? I don't know what it is, but it's higher than 22. Okay, so let's clean this up. Minus 6. So 16a plus 4b equals 16. I'm going to stack these on top of each other. 4a plus 2b is 16. 16a plus 4b equals 16. Could we add those up?
Yeah.
Sure we could. You want to?
No.
Not yet. What would you like to do? Where? Yes, ma'am.
Make the 2b -4.
How'd you do that?
you'd multiply the whole calculation by negative.
Could you do something else? There's nothing, that's what we're gonna do. What else could you have done? Could you have times the top by something else?
Yeah.
4?
Or,
Negative 4. It doesn't matter which one. I'm gonna times by negative 2. That negative 2 is gonna get rid of the b's, negative 4 to get rid of the a's. So negative 2, so you have negative 8a, negative 4b equals negative 32. Don't forget to times that by negative 2. Then I'm gonna write 16a plus 4b equals 16. Now when I add them up, these add up to negative 8, positive 16 is a positive 8a. The b's are gone. Negative 16, I'm sorry, negative 32 plus 16 is negative 16. And then divide by 8, divide by 8, a is negative 16 divided by 8, which is negative 2. And again, you don't have to see this, but if you can, even better. I mean, you have a really solid understanding if you understand why a was supposed to be negative. What did this ball do? It went up, and then it went down. This parabola's opening down, okay? So it's got to have a negative something. Okay, if it went up, if it went down then up, it would have been a positive number. So a is negative 2. I'm going to plug that in right here. 4 times negative 2 plus 2b equals 16. I just chose this top equation. It doesn't matter which one we use. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8 plus 2b is 16. Add 8 to each side. 2b equals 16 plus 8, which is 24. Divide 2. B is 24 divided by 2, which is 12. Okay, and then the last thing we have to do is plug them in.
Wait, Mr. Kale,
Yes, ma'am.
what equation did we plug?
I use this one. This one right here. Before I times it by negative 2. It doesn't matter which one you use, but I chose that one. It has a little bit smaller numbers. So our equation is y equals negative 2x squared plus 12x plus 6. Do they want us using x's and y's? Yes, they do. Okay. That's the equation. How are we going to find out how high up this baseball is after 5 seconds then?
plug it in.
Plug what in for what? 5 for all the x's. So, negative 2 times 5 squared plus 12 times 5 plus 6.
Wait,
I think-
how would you use five?
Because they're asking us. They said, they find the equation, then they say, how high up is this ball going to be after 5 seconds? Okay? So, I'm curious, how high up is this ball going to be? Does this make sense that at 0 time, the height of this ball is 6 feet?
Yes,
Why?
because that's the release point.
Right, unless you're throwing it from your foot. Yeah, you're roughly 6 feet tall, okay? 0, 0 wouldn't make sense unless the ball's, on the floor and you're kicking it or something, I don't know. Okay, you're throwing it, so this person's roughly 6 feet tall. Okay, so we do powers first. Negative 2 times 5 squared is 25. 12 times 5 is 60, plus 6. Negative 2 times 25 is negative 50, plus 60, plus 6. Negative 50 plus 60 is 10. 10 plus 6 is 16. Does that look like a reasonable number, 16?
Yeah.
And think about it. After 5 seconds, it's got to be somewhere between 6 and 22. Okay, otherwise you got a really funky ball if it's not. Okay, it's moving all over the place. So, all right. Question on that? Okay, let me give you the answer to question number. Why don't you do this? Why don't you guys just go ahead and fire up your laptops so you can just click on them. I'm not going to give you a question like number 27. Is that what it was? I'm not going to give one like that. I didn't realize that they weren't equal increments. So let me pull that up here. All right. Let's see. Preview with answers. Okay, 27. All right. Please speak up. Are you ready to go, or do you still need a couple seconds? Okay. I'll read my email then. Nothing but junk mail. Do you guys get a ton of emails about the election too, or is it just adults?
Yeah, no.
Man.
All the time.
It'll all be over Tuesday. Not really. I don't think we're going to know on Tuesday who the president is. I seriously don't. I think it's going to be very close, and all these mail-in ballots, and they're going to be dragging it through the courts and everything else. And I think it's messy now. It's going to be messier over the next month. So, we all set? Okay, so 27, filling in the blanks. It's a parabola. Best represents the data because there is not a constant rate of change. Okay. The model is negative 16t squared plus 280. You just type t. Yeah, I don't think there's you have to just type the letter t on your keyboard. Negative 16t squared, lowercase t squared, plus 280. Okay, for part C, to the nearest hundredth, it's 4.18. 4.18
Wait,
Go back to the model.
squared plus 280. What was the question? Okay, negative 16t squared, lowercase t squared, plus 280. Part C, 4.18. 4.18. On part D, the domain and range, the domain goes from 0 to 4.18. 0 to 4.18. And the range goes from 0 to 280. 0 to 280. And then the last one's the domain was the time the sponge was in the air. Is that like clicking and dragging or something? Okay. Time the sponge was in the air, and the range is the sponge's height. How long it was in the air and the height. Okay, we good?
Yep.
Okay, so you have time to work on this assignment. You can look at the review sheet a little more, whatever you need to do to prepare yourself for your test next Thursday, best, okay? And if you have questions, make sure you ask.